Hi there, it's Karen here. Welcome back. And today, as you can see, we're going to be working on our 50s journal. So it's already pretty full, but I think I've got a little bit more decorating I want to do, and we've got to start making tags and journal cards to go in it. So I hope you're all well and enjoying some summer weather. We are just finally now we've had a lovely week of weather this week, and hopefully it's going to last. It's been a crazy week for us because we came back from our holiday a week ago. I haven't filmed for a week, so this is the next film. You saw a video on Monday. This is now a week later because all week we've had the bathroom has been worked on by a builder. Well, it's not a builder. He's part of a lovely bathroom and kitchen company that they fit bathrooms and kitchens. Basically, they didn't do our kitchen, but they did do our other bathroom downstairs, and they've come back to do our upstairs bathroom. Just one guy been working on his own, although he's part of a bigger team, and it's been so noisy. I mean, of course it's going to be, they've been ripping stuff out, putting things together. He's been working so hard, but it has meant I've not been able to come in here to film all week. So it's now Sunday, so we've got a quiet day, and he's going to be coming back for the last day tomorrow just to do the plumbing in of everything. So I thought I'd come in here, make a video. I might even make another one this afternoon and see how I get on, because I've been dying to get in and get some done, but it's just not been possible. And also we've been super busy this week anyway, so even if they hadn't been here, I don't know how much I'd have got done. So let's get started on this. I've got a plan for starting off, and I don't know how much of it I'll get, how far I'll get, because I'm going to do something on this front page that I haven't done before. So I don't know how it'll go, but I love this. I love the way this all looks with this envelope and how it opens up, and she's there. I really love it, but I felt like this needs something. It's a bit too plain for the first page. So I wanted to put something here, and I could just glue on one of my ladies that I've been using throughout these ladies that I've got a digital. I've got loads of them. I could just put one there, which is always still an option, or I could have cut out another one from the digital. I could have put one of those on. That's also an option. But I wanted to do some. Oh, sorry, my throat's going a bit croaky. Don't know why. I wanted to try and do something a little different, and I'm going to do some paper piecing, and I've never done it before, and I don't know how it's going to end up. So work with me here, bear with me, and we'll see how it goes. If it's a disaster, of course, I've shown you other options. So I'm going to use this stamp. This is a Dylusions stamp, and it's called Ladies Who Lunch. And I've had it a little while. I think I bought it with this journal in mind, but I bought it quite a long while before I started doing it. I just thought it was lovely with the dresses and the handbags, and it's got a nice phrase here: style is not a display of wealth, but an expression of imagination. I like that, and that might go on here as well. So what I'm going to do, what I have started doing, I know it looks a bit chopped off. It's because I have chopped a bit off, because I wanted to get it into my these are the little pouches that I use for my Tim Holtz stamps, and I wanted to get this in here as well because it's quite tall, but I had to chop a bit off to fit it in. So these are just cut down bigger folders. I got this idea from Tracy Fox. It's brilliant. Such a great way to store the Tim Holtz stamps as well. So that's why there's a little bit chopped off at the bottom, but it's fine. So what I've done so far, and I'm not totally sure how I'm going to proceed, but I'll just show you. Hang on, let's just pull that piece in again, and you can see it. So I have stamped it already on 3 pieces of paper. Can you see the stamp? You can see it. You can see it on here anyway. I don't know really why I need that. So I was trying to work out how to do the different pieces, and I realised that this is the arms are bare. I thought perhaps they were sleeves, but I've decided I think it's meant to be like a halter neck dress with bare arms. So I've stamped it onto a piece of avocado dye paper so that we've got the arms can be like flesh coloured, well, pink. So I thought they'll be bare, and the neck here. And then I'm trying to decide whether the green should be the top, the front piece, or the yellow should be the front piece. That's because there's a kind of, I want the other colour to be like in the background and probably this front bit as well as a contrast. So I really quite like the green. But whether it's a bit too much to have all of the green on the front, or whether to have the yellow. The yellow's a little bit, I like the green. I think I'm going to go with the green on this area here. Then the yellow's going to be this background bit, so it's like underneath. This is my head, and the yellow's going to be this bit at the top, I think. And then I might do the green around the neck or something else, not sure. So I think what I need to do, I think I need to cut this one out. So I wasn't sure, I didn't know whether to layer them up or just piece them together. I'm not quite sure yet, and whether to put them on another piece, but maybe I'll just make this one the background piece, this pink one, and just lay everything on top of that. That probably makes the most sense, I would say. So I've never done I've heard of it, I've occasionally seen it done, but I haven't seen that done for a long time, and I just fancied giving it a go. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Just hoping I don't mess it up, that's all really. So I think it could look quite fun. Yeah, we've had such a busy week. I mean, it's because we didn't know that the building work or the plumbing work was going to be happening until we were away on holiday. So we came back on Saturday, and we knew they were coming on Monday to start ripping out our old bathroom. But we hadn't made any decisions about tiling, flooring, paint colour. We hadn't done any of that. So we were a bit worried about having to do that under pressure, that we were going to, you know, not have time to make those decisions before they had to start putting things in. So we had to think about it before we agreed to go ahead. Because I think he only messaged us on Thursday to say we could start on. He had one of his guys had a window when he wasn't committed for a week, and he could send him over to do it. But it was such short notice, we weren't really sure how it was going to go. But we thought, well, he said if we couldn't fit him in this week, it might be September before he had somebody free again. They're pretty busy, obviously, in the summer. So we thought, oh well. I mean, we didn't mind having to wait, but we thought, well, it would be a bit daft if we could get it done, and then we haven't got to think about it. So we said, yeah, okay, let's go ahead. Right, so we got that, and I need, see, there's a little space under her arms. I need to cut those out. I've got my little scissors. I've got myself a little pot here. I bought this a while ago. I've got a couple of them, and I thought, oh, they'd be quite handy just to have all the bits, my glues and my little punches, and my little bits and bobs that were always floating around the desk and always getting lost. I put it in here, keeps it all tidy. I thought that's going to work. I'm just like trying new things for how to store things so that keeps them tidy and keeps them handy. So I think that might work. Suddenly thought when I was been unpacking and I wondered if that might work when I saw it in my cupboard. Anyway, yes. So on Monday, the young fella Julie arrived. Name of Jordan, nice young chap. You know, he's not too young. He's obviously a lot of experience because he's been doing it on his own more or less. But they always look so young, don't they? But they're probably about the same age as our children, who are not children anymore. They're adults. And he's got a little girl of his own, so he's. And but they turned up. He said, "Oh God, he looks so young," but of course he's not really. He's very experienced. He's been doing it for years. Knows what he's doing. And So he turned up at 8 o'clock with the boss, who talked him through what needed to be done. And then later on that morning we went into their showroom and saw the boss himself again, because that's who we've been negotiating with, and made our decisions on tiles, taps. Was that it? Just made sure we, ticked all the boxes, made sure we knew knew what we were getting, got everything agreed, and then we had to go off to a couple of other places, choose flooring and choose paint colour. So we managed to do all of that on Monday, so we're quite pleased with ourselves. Right, I've got that now, that's my basis. So now I think what I'm going to do, do I layer this up? Do layer and layer and layer. I'm going to try that. I think I'm going to cut this piece. I'll cut all of that out. Yes, I think I'll cut all of the... So it's almost like a decoupage sort of a thing, isn't it? Just layering things up and gradually cutting out less. So I'm going to cut that bottom piece off. I mean, it didn't stamp perfectly down here, but I'm not going to worry about that. I did think, oh, I'll stamp it again, but then nobody's going to worry about that little bit of detail that's missing, I don't think. I'm not going to worry about it. As long as you've got the outline. So yeah, so that was all of Monday taken up with dashing here, there and everywhere, getting our shopping in, because of course we'd been away and we needed some... The fridge was looking a bit bare. And then Tuesday was back to our normal activities. So I have Pilates in the morning, and then we go and pick Alyssa up in the afternoon from school. And then Wednesday I met up with one of my closest friends. I had to get the train, but I went, and we've got some roadworks on the main road from on the route to the station. So I managed to miss my train. I had to let her know because the roadworks were horrendous. So we just met a little bit later, half an hour later than we were planned. But then we went and had lunch, had a lovely afternoon together. So there's that bit. So that's going to be the underneath. Actually, was I supposed to do this bit as well? I think I was, wasn't I? Yes. I wasn't concentrating. I went to do the top bit as well. That's all right, that means I don't have to cut. It's okay, because I'm going to put something across. There's like this little belt, and I'm going to put something across there as a sort of little decorative element anyway. I'm just going to cut the little bodice out. I think that's going to go on there. Right. So that's the yellow bit. So that's going to go on there. And then I just want the green, the top bit of the green. Right, so just trying to concentrate and make sure I get this bit right. Right, I've got that cut out. I hope I've cut the right bits. Let's see how it looks. And then I'll glue it all on. And that's going to go on like that. Put the right bits. Yes, because so the yellow is like the underneath. I've just got to make sure I line it up properly. And I also want to cut this piece out. I'm just wondering if I want the green at the top rather than the yellow, just because it makes more of a statement, and put the yellow around the neck. Or do I want to do that? I might want the green at the top. Have I still got the yellow? Yes, I have. I've still got the yellow neck piece thing. And I might just choose, just decide which way round I want it. I've got the green. Let's try the yellow. The yellow bit to go around her neck, and I don't know whether I'll colour that a bit more with something. Maybe I'll do some, not sure really how best, or I might do a bit of, use a bit of trim or something just to highlight that a bit more. Oh, I don't really want the neck, do I? Because I've got the neck. Oh, to cut that neck piece out. Gets fiddlier the more we cut into these little things. Right. So would that go there on the neck? And that one there. Let's get this out of the way. Get all these little tiny pieces out of the way, so we can see what we're doing. I'm just wondering if there's enough, now I'm wondering if there's enough contrast in the underskirt, whether the yellow is the right colour. I love the green. It is the yellow, because I don't think it needs to be too bright. Let's just pop that there with the yellow in. Yeah, I think that would work. I think what I do need to do is ink around all of this, and I'll glue them on, I think. I'm not going to glue that on yet. I'm going to think about what I do, whether I'm going to do something more decorative with this. I know I'm going to put something around her waist. We'll have to try some options. Right, so I'm not going to use that piece. I'm going to ink around these pieces and around the top of this and glue them together. What I'll do is I'll ink around them, and then when I glue them I'll put the camera on, but I will speed it up so you can just see it being glued together. That's what I think I'm going to do. Right, so that's what I'm going to do, yes. Okay. Okay, that's gone quite well, surprisingly. Quite pleased with that. So what I want to do now is put a little something around her waist, and I'm going to also do a little bit of decoration up here, I think, but I haven't. It's all a case of whether I've got anything small enough that will work. So we will see. I have a backup option in my mind for the waist decoration, but I thought I might try, quite a long piece of it, a piece of rickrack. I was originally going to do green because I thought I was going to have the yellow on their front, but I actually decided I prefer the green. So I wonder whether just to put a little bit of rickrack there. I think that would look quite nice. Yeah, I think that might work. It's a little wider than the what's actually there, but I think we can have a little bit of artistic license here, can't we? I'll put a little bit of that. Might be a little wide, I might just trim it, but I like the little ziggy-zaggy bit on the yeah, I might just do that or like that. Have the down, yeah, I think the down zag rather than the up zig. That makes any sense. Looks better than the up. So I might just trim that. There. Have that going like that. It's always more flattering to have a little V on the waist, isn't it? And then I might put a little pearl. Now I don't know, these pearls might be too big. And I have got some, I think these are even smaller. I did wonder whether to put 3 little pearls on the collar, on the bit round here, just for decoration. The other thought I had, but I think these are too big, was to put one of these, to use these, because these would look really nice on here, but I'm wondering if they're a bit big, unless I just put a little bit on the dress down there. Maybe I could do that. So I'm going to glue this piece down. I think I might use a bit of, oh no, see, I'm out of practice. Do that. Let's see if I can glue this little bit of yellow trim on here. Come on, a little bit, that's it. Oh, I need my tweezers. Tweezers. So that little bit there. I mean, I don't know, could I put a piece of that on the collar as well? Well, I'll call it a collar, I don't know what that's meant to be. A little, is that too much? Cut a piece off just to see. Let's just straighten that up a little bit. Right, so do we think that's a bit too much? I don't know, I quite like it, I think. It's a little bit long. And again, we've got it echoing the little bit down there. So I think I might put that there. I hadn't really planned to do that, but I think I quite like it. It just pulls out that bit of yellow from the underskirt, doesn't it? Brightens it up. So I could do that. And then, yes, let's put that on. I do like that. Just that little bit of bright yellow. Okay. Right. These bits of regret do seem to fray quite a lot. I don't really want that fraying. Alright, so that's there. Now, do I want the... Oh, I do. What I do want is some wet wipe, because my fingers are starting to get sticky as always. Okay, so I was going to try and do... Where's it gone? Do a little... I think I'll do the smaller pearl. I don't know if I'm going to put one. Maybe I'll put one on each, just in the middle there. Don't think I've ever used these, by the looks of it. How does that look? That looks really sweet. Another one there. I don't think I want more than one. I think one on each would be fine. I'm going to do a tiny blob of glue just to make sure. And she says a tiny blob. She doesn't actually mean tiny, apparently. Okay, managed to get keep that fairly small. Okay, yes, got my tweezers. Let's just try putting one on here and one on here. Yeah. Oh yes, I'm loving that. I think that looks really pretty. Okay, I'd really like to try and incorporate one of these little pieces of flower trim. I just don't know where. Just put it on the dress down the bottom, maybe. She's got a little, yeah, because again it's got the yellow and the green in it. There's a little bit of something on her dress. Shall I? Yes, I think I will. I think I will. I'm sorry if you think I'm ruining it now by adding all these extras, but I like them. I think it just wants to, make it look a little less flat and one-dimensional. It's just giving it a little bit more. Now, which side have I put the glue on? Oh, that side, I believe. It's just making the little piece look a bit more dimensional by putting these bits on, I think. Okay, right. I better see how it looks on the page. There is, as part of the stamp, there is like a stand that it goes on, but I don't know if that's going to work. I might add the stand just so it's not just floating in midair. I might just stamp that on first before I glue this on. Let's just clear my space a little bit, because I always get myself crowded in with things that I don't actually need. Right. There's my glue. Right, let's pull in our journal and have a look. See how that looks on this page. Oh yes. Oh, I do like that. Oh, I do like that. Fabulous. Right, I think I will try and stamp that little stand. I think it would make sense to have the stand under here. Just put out a little, get myself a little block. One should do it. Okay. Now I'll just stamp that on there. Do it there. I stamp it so it's kind of sitting on the fabric, and then I can position the dress accordingly. What I think I will do though, what did I do with the stamp block that I was using for the original for the dress. Because I'm going to use that to, I'm going to put that underneath, so I've got a flat surface. Just peel this off. I'm going to put this under here so that I'm actually stamping onto a flat surface. Otherwise it might go a bit awry. Right, just got to get the position correct. Let's just get my, oh, of course I put my ink away, didn't I? Trying to be tidy, but it's always the things that you put away are things you then have to get back out again, isn't it? Never mind, never mind. Right. Let's get the, about right, I think. Over there, over a little bit. Right. Okay. Well, it almost came out. Okay, let's just redo that a little bit. I'm just worried this is, no, that's okay. I'm just going to try and go over it just a little bit more to join up that. Not quite sure why that's not stamping. There must be something underneath stopping it. Alright, let's use my pen just to join. Make it look like it's actually a stand. There we are. Just joined up that little bit where it wasn't quite stamping properly. Right. Now we can glue on our beautiful dress. I'm so pleased how this has turned out. I had this idea and I thought I wasn't really sure how well it would look, whether it would end up looking really bitty and messy and whether it whether it wouldn't work. But I think because I tried not to do too many colours, it's very tempting to just do lots and lots of different layers, isn't it? But I thought try and keep it simple. It's not usually my best thing, keeping things simple, but it made sense to do it with this. And I'm very happy how it turned out. And I wanted it to stand out from the background as well, which it does. But still works, I think. Still within the right colour scheme and colour tones. Yes, oh, so pleased with that. I might want to do that sort of thing again. Love it. Woohoo. Oh, it's turned out better than I expected, really. A lot better. I'm so pleased. Small things make us happy, don't they? Small things. Right, so what I want to do is stamp that that saying. I think I'd better get my stamps back in order again. Of course, I could always should I do a little handbag as well? Oh, I don't know. I could just spend the whole video just working on this, couldn't I? Quite easily, I think. So let's put this back where it belongs and pull out this phrase about style, because it is a kind of style journal, 50s style, isn't it? That's the sort of the theme. So I've got this piece of card I thought I might just stamp onto, and then I'll cut around it with my little pretty scissors and put that on there. Actually, what I might do, cut two sides first, And then I've got all these little scissors now in a little pot. I can choose, but I still think I like this one. No, not that one. This one. I can't remember which ones I like now. These one. Yeah, that's the pattern I like. So that's come out okay. I just want to ink around it, and I think I'm going to try and pick out that green with some ink, but I need to see which colour will go best. Right, I poured in 3, but I don't think I need to try 3. I think it's going to be between this one, which is Mowed Lawn, or the peeled paint. I have a feeling the Mowed Lawn might be the closest. So I'm just going to try it out on this spare bit. See if that's the colour that will go best. And you can't really see a lot of it, but it will show up better against the background. Just pulling it in a little bit. Okay, let's just, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I just want to see if that is the colour. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the colour. I don't need to try the other two. So I've got peeled paint and I've got bundled sage, but I don't think either of those are what I want. So now I'm going to use my blending tool. I should have picked that up in the first place, but I didn't think of it. I was just trying to get the colour. This is an oxide. I think, yes, that and the peeled paint's an oxide, but I've only got bundled sage in the Distress ink, but I have just ordered that in the oxide as well. Because the bundled sage, one I've got, is quite old, and I've struggled to get any colour off it at the moment. But yeah, I think that colour works beautifully. Yes, it's a perfect match. And just pulls it together. Okay. Let's just have a look. I did think about making a pocket here, but I thought, well, actually, I don't really want any more than just some decorative elements. This is quite a large, now I'm looking at it, it's rather large, isn't it? I'm not sure I like it now on there. I haven't really thought about that. It's too big. I just need something small. Maybe I'm going to have to stamp something. I'm just having a thought. I'll just cut off, if I can get it. Cut off the word style. I'm going to end up with a little bit of black showing, but I'm going to try and see if I can ink that off. I don't know if this is going to work. I never know if anything's going to work. I just try things and see. And sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? About trying things. Maybe what I'll have to do is re-stamp it. So try to get rid of the rest of the stamp or something. So I was thinking if I did, it's not too bad actually, and I could do 1950s style. That was my thought. Should we do that? So I'll get another piece. Oh, I did have another piece of that card, didn't I? With the that sort of cut. So maybe I'll just do that. Whoops. Um, 1950s. Alright, let me just go and find the stamps I need to do 1950s, and I'll be back. Right, so I've got my new little click stamps with the numbers on. These are the little ones I bought just a short while ago from Amazon. They're a bit stiff, but then I think it's probably not a bad thing if they're a bit difficult to pull apart, because otherwise they'd be falling apart when you're trying to use them, wouldn't they? If they were a bit looser. So I've done 1950, and then I've got another little stamp set. It's the smallest one I have, with it, I pulled out an S. It's about the same. It's quite big next to the numbers, but they're the smallest ones I have, so that's what I'm going with. And I'm just going to stamp that on here and see how that looks. So we're just going for 1950s style rather than that long one, which is great, but it's just too big. Got that? Yep. And we'll just try not to get my head in, but I want to get it about there. I don't want to, not even sure if I've got it on straight, but we'll just work with what we've got. Okay, that didn't come out terribly well. I think rather than trying to go over it, I might just try and complete it with my pen. Okay, can't really see it, hopefully. And I'll just put 50s. $1950s. We'll do our little apostrophe. And then I'll cut the rest of that out. Oh, that was clever, wasn't it? I smudged it. I was too impatient and I didn't let it dry. I'm going to have to do it again. What a silly Billy. Right, I'm just going to re-stamp, let it dry, and then cut it out again. I've got this bit where I've got a bit of the inking on, but that's okay. I was going to do it anyway, so I'll just use this piece and do it again. Okay, so I redid the 1950s. I stamped it a lot better this time. And all I did was actually, in the end, flip this over, because I had it was the perfect size. I'd already cut it out, so look what a mess I made of that. I mean, ridiculous. But I learnt my lesson. Was much more careful this time, done a much better job of it. And I've already inked around it as well. So let's see how it looks now on our journal. So if we just take that and that, almost slightly tuck it in. 1950s style. Oh yes, I think that works really well. I love that. Okay, I'm going to glue these on and see if I can manage to do something else, because I feel like I've taken an awful long time over this. But it's been a lot of fun to do, and I really like the effect. I love this. I love how this has ended up on the front page. Oh, have I just smudged again? Oh, that was the pen. Well, I can't do anything about it now. I'll just have to... live with it. That was that pen, it didn't dry, and I did that quite a little while ago as well. Maybe I need to just try and blot it a bit. Sure doesn't do it anymore. Okay. Well, it's a rather smudgy apostrophe, but at least the 1950s bit isn't smudged. Oops. Bit of paper there. And whoop, no, it's upside down. 1950s style. Put that there. Do I need another little bit of something? I don't know. Don't know whether to put a little bit of another one of these little ones. I've still got all my bits of trim in my pouch from the retreat. A lot of the things that I put into pouches for packing for the retreat, I've left them there. They're kind of handy, just to sort of have around me. How about that? There. Yes, I'm going to do that. That just ties it all in together. I just like it. And I think we'll be able to just maybe do one more little thing before I have to finish the video, because I've taken so long over this. But it's okay. We're not in any rush. Though I have got other things I want to get on with, but I'm not going anywhere. And I want to do this justice. I want to do it properly. So that's there like that. Okay, so I'm loving that. Well, we're going to move on. And let's see. So we have this little pull-out piece. My little tab. When you pull it out, there's not really much there. You know, it's just a page, so I think it needs a pocket, is what I'm thinking. It needs a pocket. So I don't want it to get over bulky, so I've got this piece of fabric. I don't know if it might be the only bit I've got left. I love this little piece of fabric. But it's the same piece I've used for my tab. So I was thinking I might make a little fabric pocket about there. So I might just cut that down. To there. And needs straightening up on this side a bit. And I was debating whether to back it onto something. I think I kind of like that angle. I'm wondering whether to emphasise that angle a bit more, maybe. Rather than having it straight across, maybe I'll emphasise it and just cut it a little bit more at that angle, because I kind of like it. And look how well that goes with this paper. And it also goes really well with her. I mean, the colours are just all so lovely together. Just going to cut a little bit more, just emphasise that little angle a little bit. And then I think what I'll do is I'm going to go and stitch around the pocket. But I don't think I'm going to back it. I'm just going to leave it as it is, just a little fabric pocket. So I'm just going to go and stitch around it, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've just stitched around it just to kind of give it a little bit more stability. I've just done a zigzag along the edge of the pocket, tried to reinforce it a bit. Not brilliantly done, right on the edge, but at least it shouldn't fall apart, hopefully. And just a straight stitch around the edge, so that's where I'm going to glue. I think I should be alright with using my art glitter glue for this. I'm going to come out because I've got to put the pin in. Nope, it's not coming out right now. Just give it a little poke. Not a lot in here, so I'm trying to use it up. Yep. Okay. Right. Okay, there's my little fabric pocket, which I think looks really nice there, and it just gives us something a bit more interesting going on here when you open this up. And then of course we've got another tuck spot here. So, and I've got this little pocket here on the other side, so I thought maybe I'll put something here just to decorate it. And I'm trying to pick out the colour of this lady here, so I've got this piece of dyed lace that I thought would look really pretty there. So I'm going to cut a piece of that off. Let's see, piece of that. It's a bit bigger than I need, but I'll just cut it down a bit more, I think. I think I'll cut that side because it's not straight. Just pop that there, like that. And then I'll see if I can find a little something to just put on the front. Okay, let's pop that there. So we just need a little something, I think, in the middle, maybe. I think what I've got. I did get some little crocheted flowers. One of the ladies at the retreat did some crochet flowers, and I wondered if I've got any that would go like that, maybe. Or I've got a, oh, maybe this would be less bulky. I've got a wax seal. That colour would work, wouldn't it? With the She's got little tiny, look like little tiny poppies all over her dress, but this is sunflower. I don't have a poppy one, but I think that's the best colour, and also I think that's a bit thinner than these, so I think I might put that on there. Let's just use the things. I've hardly got any wax seals left now, apart from I've got lots with a K on. I made loads with my initial, but all the floral ones that I did, I took to the retreat, and they're all gone. So I'm pleased really that people, you know, who can't do them themselves have actually thought, well, I can use those, because it's quite nice to do. I enjoyed making them, and I still enjoy making them. And then I could share them. That was nice. And that means I can make some more. Okay, so that's that little pocket decorated. Now I do think that I've probably taken up enough of your time on this, so I'll have a flick through in between and see if there's anywhere else that needs a bit of decoration. Then maybe we'll find things as we go along, but I think I need to start making some things to go in the pockets now. So in the next video we'll start cutting up. I've got a couple of master boards, we can start cutting those up and filling the pockets. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. Love that. I think it needed something, and I want to do something a bit different. So I hope you enjoyed that. Have a go yourself, see what you can come up with, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.